Have you ever like just sat and then you smell this odor rising and you're like, what is that smell? Is that me? My mother used to say, when you're leaving the house, make sure your bed is made and make sure that you're wearing good underwear, because you don't want something to happen to you out there on the streets. And when the emergency medical team come to pick you up, they can't pick you up because the odor is so bad. When you come to the emergency room and we have to cut those underwear off, we like, whoa, child, what was that? You don't want that. Here are some tips I'm going to give you that's going to help you to keep your vagina smelling fresh. I'm a registered nurse and I work in the emergency department, and my passion is to just pass information on to people and to help people. And today I'm going to be doing that to make sure that you don't smell like a pound of fish. While it's important to know that the vagina must have a natural smell, it should not be offensive. No, it should not be staying over 9 miles away and can smell your cooch. It should not be happening. The first tip I have to give you guys, and this should be a no-brainer, is to keep proper hygiene. Like, wash the external genital area gentle with mild or unscented soap. Notice I said unscented soap. Don't wash with no strawberry cream, no whipped cream flavor, no coconut flavor, no raspberry mango natural flavor. Don't do it. You need to be washing with a cleanser that's odor free, okay? Because the more it smells is the more things they put into it, and the more it can irritate your vajayjay, and you don't want that. If you don't have a soap that you feel like it's conducive to using, use water and wash up. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ. Whatever is inside that's dirty, it's gonna come out. It doesn't matter what happened. If you're having sex and it goes in and you stand up, gravity is gonna take it out. It self-cleans. Don't worry about pushing up anything up in there. Don't worry about that, okay? If all you have is water to wash your cooch, just use water. The next tip I'm gonna give to you, I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but change your underwear daily. Daily. Not every 2 days, not every 3 days, daily, okay? You bathe, you change your underwear, you put on a new one. That's it. Because the more you keep that old underwear is the more all the environment is going to be conducive to bacterial growth. You got to be choosing loose fitting garments like cotton panties, those big granny panties. You think those nice sexy bikini panties are sweet and nice and sexy, yeah, but they give you yeast infection and bacterial vaginosis. You need some big granny panties. Put them on so that your vagina can get some. I know it's summertime. I'm sweating like a mofo right now. It's summertime. It's hot. I'm in a dress. Listen, I have no underwear on. I'm trying to get some air up in here, because when you wear tight clothing and you wear underwear that restricts the vagina and doesn't let air go in, then bacteria starts to build up, and guess what? You end up with something called bacterial vaginosis, which is an infection, not an infection, which is a buildup of bacteria, bad bacteria in the vagina, and it causes the vagina to smell fishy. And you can also get yeast infection, and trust me, take it from me, yeast infection is uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. You don't want it. Now we're on to the next tip. Ladies, I want you to wipe from front to back. I don't know if you got sex ed education in school. I don't know if you got, when we were growing up, we got that in school as a subject. So we know how to cook, we know how to clean, we know how to take care of ourselves. I'm not sure. I didn't grow up in America. I don't know what the curriculum is like, but back home, they surely taught us how to do those things. And one of the things they taught us is to wipe from front to back. You got to go like front to back. You can't go from the back to the front, because what's going to happen is that you're going to pull all that bacteria from the butt into the vagina area, and that also is going to cause some type of yeast infection, or it's going to cause some buildup of bad bacteria, and then you start smelling funky, and then you end up with bacterial vaginosis. Now, one of the things that I use that I would recommend, it's called down there wipes. See? Down there wipes. That moment when you laugh so hard that you pee just a little. It is so cool. It has some words on there, and it has like testimonials. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, pretty cool. I use it. I'm going to just show you how it looks like. This is one packet. and you're gonna open it, of course, and it's wet. And the most important thing, it smells so fresh. It doesn't smell like peaches and cream. It doesn't smell like autumn. It smells nice and fresh, and it's wet. You're gonna use this to clean your front. Whenever you're in the bathroom and you use the bathroom and you finish cleaning, you can use these wipes to wipe from front to back to ensure that everything is gone, all the residue is gone. Because sometimes, let me tell y'all, child, sometimes you take those underwears off and you have skid marks in there. You have discharge from 3 days ago in there. You need to wipe from front to back and make sure that it's really, really clean. You could eat from that, or they could eat that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Moving right along to the next tip, I want to tell you guys, when you're having your menstruation, it's best to use unscented sanitary napkins. Don't use the one that have the lavender flavor so your blood can smell like lavender. Don't use those ones. And when you especially need to clean that area more often because you're menstruating, if possible, and you change your sanitary napkin and you have the wipes that I showed you. Where is it? I don't even know where I put it, but you use it and then you can wipe, and then after that you use that to clean the blood away, because the blood is gonna be there and it smells like, y'all smell blood? Blood smells like blood. Not a good smell. So I want you to do more cleaning, like bathe. If you bathe in the morning, try to bathe at night before you go to sleep. Try to wipe in between those period, what do you call those things? Try to wipe in between those napkin changes and keep your vagina clean. Next up, don't use scented products. How to use a product that's unscented? The one that I use is the Monistat Feminine Cleanser. And the reason why I use this is because, I don't know if y'all know, but Monistat, they make the treatment for yeast infection. So if they make a treatment for yeast infection, you damn right I'm gonna buy their cleanser, because I know they know a little bit about the vagina, and I know they know a little bit about how to keep the vagina in good health. So this one, it has no smell. Smell it, right? No smell, and that is what you want. Preferably clear liquid. See, when it's clear, it means they didn't add any dye in there, they didn't add any coloring in there, they didn't add any extra stuff to give it some color and some appearance. Especially for my young people. I told you I'm a nurse. I work in the emergency room, and trust me, I've seen some things. And one of the things that I've seen a lot of, and it's very disturbing, is that you have kids coming in with sexually transmitted diseases, and also with things that could be prevented because they don't use a condom. Using a condom can also not only protect you from HIV, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, trichomonias, all of those things. It can also help you to not get the bacteria transferred from that dirty, you know that, inside. Okay, so make sure you use a condom when you're having sex, and right after sex I want you to bathe. I want you to wash all of that, because sometimes the things that's on the condom also can irritate your skin. So I need you to bathe right after that to get rid of everything, and then you're nice and fresh and clean and you got some satisfaction. That's how it should be. Next thing, I want you guys to maintain a healthy diet. I'm not saying I'm the holy grail of health. I am not. Trust me. I eat like shit sometimes, but I do try to like strike a balance. I eat my vegetables. I eat I take my vitamins. This probiotics or prebiotics is what I use to take. Oh my god, it's like a gummy bear. It's like a gummy. I have to hide these from my kids because those ass are so, oh my god, you can't put anything in their sight. But they're like gummies. You see, it's like, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I have a good camera. So you eat it once per day, and that's going to help to introduce some live bacteria into the gut. That's going to help to fight off the bad bacteria, so that the odor, if it's there, will eventually disappear and go away. Probiotics, you can get them in supplements. You can find them in food. You can find them in like yogurt or kefir. You can find it in kimchi. You can find it in listen, I don't want to swear. Prebiotics however, contains bacteria that's not live. What they contain, the bacteria that they contain, assist the normal flora of the vagina to generate the good bacteria, but it does not introduce live bacteria into the gut. Once your gut is healthy and your body's healthy, your vagina down there environment is going to be healthy, okay? If I'm going to be honest with you, I use coconut oil to soothe my vagina. Yeah, I use coconut oil. You see this, I use the natural coconut oil. Like sometimes after I bathe and I'm trying to like oil my skin, I just take a little of it and I just massage the baby girl down there. I massage her and make sure she's nice and oiled and she's not dry, because the moisture after shower is taken out, and then sometimes you start to itch, especially if you put on underwear and if you're going on the road. So I like to just, you know, give my baby girl a little rub down with the coconut oil, and trust me, it soothes it. It soothes it. Now, last thing I want to talk about is shaving. Now, I know that it's customary in some cultures to have a lot of hair, and listen, I'm not finding that. It's good for you to trim the area. I'm not saying that you have to keep it bald, but just kind of cut the hair to a minimum where you don't have to be like this to see the vagina, because that is what the bacteria loves, especially if you're not cleaning yourself. If you want to keep hair, that's fine. You just have to clean yourself often, and you just have to keep the area clean so that the bacteria doesn't latch on to the strands of hair and then it ends up and go into the vagina. All right, just trim it down, keep it to a minimum. Listen, sometimes I'm guilty of that because I have a fiance. Boy, even when I look like a rag doll, he's gonna be like, oh babe, you look so beautiful. Oh babe, you're the shit. Listen, it makes a girl become so complacent, so I have to check myself sometimes. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, get it together. What are you doing? So try to keep that as a priority. Try to maintain your body, because when you get older, listen, I've seen people come into the emergency room crying from a yeast infection. Crying. It's so uncomfortable. It's like they're falling out of their skin. You don't want that. Make sure your underwear is clean. Make sure your vagina is clean. And make sure, for the love of God, that you subscribe to my channel. See you next time.